I think, yeah, cancer treatment or any physical health concern that somebody has, often what happens is people just try and cut themselves off from their body. It's almost like the experience is happening in their body, and then they're trying to rationalize it in their mind. And it
Yeah, yeah.
becomes a real difficulty. It's like a disconnect between the
Hmm.
two, and they're desperately trying to make sense of it in their mind and having all these
Exactly.
conversations, but not actually engaging with
Hmm.
what's happening and how they feel within them. So meditation is a really good experience to, sort of really pause, come into the body and start exploring it without judgment, without having a conversation about it.
Hmm.
It's almost like the practice of that in itself is so
Hmm.
essential for anyone who's struggling with what's going on inside physically. It's that
Yeah.
disconnection, trying to reconnect in a
Hmm.
gentle way, in a way that makes sense of, well, there's something I can do here. There's something I can practice that's going to help me. And you were talking about that before we
Yeah, exactly, exactly. No,
that's
no, I just totally understood your point.
yeah.
Because I feel cancer happens from here first, because
Mm,
it is psychosomatic, as we discussed. So,
mm,
what psychosomatic, whenever we have a resentment or stored emotion, suppression in our heart, in our mind, that basically comes to our body in the form of tumor. As we discussed earlier, of someone's example, she was having a lot of resentment in her heart, so
mm,
which I feel came in form of tumor in her body. And whenever we
mm,
meditate, we do inner work, because I feel people spend so much money on the other treatment,
mm,
alternative therapies, chemotherapy and all. And if these therapies like meditation, healing therapies will go along with that chemotherapy and other treatment, it can work like wonders.
yeah.
um I feel that, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, no, it just sort of brought to mind that often pharmaceutical companies, they do all the research. It's, they get sort of a robust sort of
Yeah.
evidence, but there's so much evidence of how meditation works within us to, let go of the functioning, the actual biology of the body changes through meditation. And they're starting
Exactly.
to sort of really invest in that now. Like Joe
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Dispenza, his work, he does a
Yeah,
lot of work on,
exactly.
meditation and the effects of meditation. It's starting
Hmm.
to come out into, I mean, we're in the sort of Western world with Western sort of medical model, really, but it's starting to
Exactly.
come out that
Exactly. Yeah.
the outcomes of people who meditate regularly is far beyond what the pharmaceutical sort of evidence is. It's
Absolutely.
really
Yeah.
interesting time.
Dr. Joe Dispenza is something like we were just having. This
Mm,
is the book that we were
mm,
discussing. So yeah, Dr. Joe Dispenza, you might heard his story. Like he healed his cervical and full vertebra, which was broken,
mm,
fractures
mm,
from his body within like few weeks of time, just by visualizing that his body is healing. And
mm,
doctors told that he's not going to heal, but he
mm,
healed it with just his mind power, and now he's helping other people how to
mm,
use meditation during their cancer treatments or other things to
mm,
heal their body. So yeah, I think this is something which should be on the top list whenever you are diagnosed with any kind of illness. Meditation or healing or positive affirmations, so these kind of things should be on the first list before treatment, because that should be in the mind. If mind knows that this person can heal,
mm,
that the cure is for sure. And if the mind says, no, I'm not going to heal, I might die with this cancer, or this cancer is killing me, so
mm.
the all the body cells just start to move into another direction, and it never works for them.
Yes. It's like priming yourself up. It's like, a tuning into your body of what
Exactly.
can do, what is possible for you. It's like
Hmm.
tuning into that possibility. It's
Exactly.
interesting because there's work, and I can't, quote it, but I've read about it,
Yeah.
where, just sort of saying this is going to work for you increases the likelihood of it working.
Exactly.
And
Hmm.
there's all the work on placebo, isn't there? But it's that
Yeah, placebo.
priming
Totally.
yourself,
Yeah, that.
sort of
Exactly.
believing, when we have a belief in this is going to work for me, it's more
For
likely
sure.
to work.
Yeah, there was even a research going on where
Mm.
doctors said for the patients who just feel like they are going to get better after this treatment, or if the doctor says to the person, no,
Yes,
no, this medicine is going to work for you for
yes,
sure,
yes,
and that people or that they heal more as compared to other people.
right.
And for the people, doctor says, no, no, this cancer is not curable, it is not going to work, we are just trying these medications or immunotherapies on you.
Mm.
So it never works for them, because the placebo effect, basically what we know is what you think it impacts on our body. So if
Mhm.
our mind is saying again and again, no, no, I'm not going to heal from this
Mhm.
disease, this illness, the body will never heal because mind is continuously giving that message to the body. So yeah, this is
Yes.
placebo effect is something which is very powerful, and I think people all around us should know the like importance of this
Mhm.
concept. Like,
Mhm.
apart from medicines and everything, there is something in your mind that can help you to heal your body.
Yes. And you know, if you have that right at the beginning of your sort of diagnosis and that explanation, look, we're going to
Hmm.
be working, you will have traditional medicines or, we will, whatever it is that we're going to prescribe, but alongside it, and this is the work you do, isn't it? Alongside that, there's
Exactly.
work to be done in
Yeah,
helping.
I think, yeah, this should be, I feel it's like my dream. Whenever I see any hospital or anywhere I go, from the time I am into this cancer field, I feel it should be written on the, medical
Mm.
file, like the spiritual health of the person or the
Right.
mental health of the person. And there should be a scale to measure that during
Mm.
the cancer treatment. Like, what is the thought process of the person? How many times the person is affirming? I
Yes.
will tell you one personal experience when my mom was going through this chemotherapy treatment.
Mm.
What I did was there were chemo drugs and it was written high risk on them. So what I did was I just removed that chits and I just pasted, this is healing water. This is healing water. And I just pasted it on that. So whenever she'll just see those medications, her mind will say, no, no, this is healing water. This is not toxic. So might it change a little bit perspective to see the drug, and it might give low side effect as compared to others, because what everyone says, oh, chemotherapy is so toxic, it's so high dose, it will destroy your body will suffer a lot. But whenever we'll change our perspective just by seeing, no, no, this is healing water, the system in the water also changes, because we know water therapy like attracts our vibrations, whatever we are saying. Medicine is also water. So
Yes.
yeah, our thought process just I feel these small changes, if the nurses in the hospital
Mm.
or the staff just helps the cancer patient during their treatment to make these small changes in their routine, just by pasting some good affirmations on their bottles or bringing a beautiful journal while they are taking chemotherapy, just write, you are healing, you are healthy, your body is getting better. So these things might create a huge difference, what
Yes.
I feel.
Yes, absolutely. So you're tuning your mind in, and then it is that connection, isn't it? It's that being not afraid of what you're feeling.
Yeah,
And I think the work I do,
exactly.
that often is the case. We have to work through the fear of the
Exactly. Exactly.
feelings first
Mm.
in order to get to being able to
Exactly.
sit with
Hmm.
yourself in your body, feeling,
Exactly.
noticing what's arising and what comes away.
Hmm. Hmm.
What's
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
what's your idea or sense of emotions themselves? What's your view of, the emotional state within the body? How do you see it? What's your sense of that?
Okay, so first of all, I just see the person, like what kind of thought process that person is carrying presently, like
Yeah.
what is going on right now. If I talk about any of my client, whenever I see them, I feel like if the person is saying again and again, I am very sad, I'm very depressed, no, no, these things are not going good in my life, I just immediately feel that this person is suffering deep here because of something. And then I try to analyze the root cause. Like,
Yes.
is everything okay with your parents? Is everything okay with your
Mm.
relationship, family,
Mm.
everything? And ultimately something comes out like this is the triggering factor that person is having right now. This is triggering this person, like this is the emotion that needs to be healed. Then we just catch on that emotion and we try to work on that.
Mm.
Like for example, if the person is getting hurt for like lack of self-worth, like you are a confidence coach,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
if the person is having low self-worth or
Mm.
self-esteem, we just start working on that by just affirming, no, no, I am feeling better, I am stronger enough, just changing the thought pattern,
Mm.
reprogramming their subconscious mind at their deep root level, and just working on that again.
Mm.
So I think once we catch that one feeling which is triggering us, even for ourselves also, like in our personal life,
Mhm.
so that feeling, once we catch it, we start to work on that particular feeling, things become a lot different in our life. Because now we know the root cause, that this is the thing that is hurting me most in my life. Maybe am I right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's you know, we all have it's multifaceted, isn't it? And we can come to there's triggering thoughts that have an experience in our bodies that we feel
Exactly.
emotionally, and there's an emotional state that then triggers off certain types of thoughts that come into our mind. It's so very
Mm-hmm.
cyclical, and we can start at any point. And it's really helpful to
Exactly.
understand, well, what
Exactly.
is it that's underneath the feeling that's maybe fueling some of those experiences. And
Hmm.
sometimes the feeling then draws out or connects us back with some of those unhealed traumas
Exactly.
or experiences that are
Yeah.
still present. They're still like live somehow in our minds and
Yeah.
bodies. So, you know, the experience of being able to understand that and then sit with those feelings when we know what that is about is really helpful. I like to see emotions, you know, it's an energy. So Dr. Joseph Spencer,
Yeah.
it like the energy state within in a
Hmm.
vibrational state, the emotions. And I personally, so it's the way I sort of understand it, it's almost
Yeah.
like emotions are almost like the gases that are within us that move within us, and sometimes they get trapped, they get blocked,
Exactly.
almost
Yeah.
like in this
Yeah.
little
Like I
container.
feel word emotion is energy in motion.
Yes,
I
yes,
feel, right?
yes,
So that energy is going to shift from one area of our body to
yes,
another, and
another,
sometimes it cause tumor or something, any
yes,
kind of illness that we feel,
yes,
because the energy and the emotions are traveling from one place to another place,
yeah.
right?
So
So
part of the work is understanding where the trigger is, but it's also about how to
exactly.
release
Like, what
that.
is the root cause?
Yeah,
What is causing me this pain? What is
yes,
hurting me here in my
yes,
heart? And once we get to know that, we can just resist ourselves from, these things, because
mm,
whatever we are, like in today's world, everyone is stressing out, everyone is
mm,
having a lot of thought process. And the people who understand and believe that meditating is very important part of their day, sitting with themselves for 10-15 minutes is really very important part. And if they see it like priority list of their day, their life can get much better, because it will improve the quality of their life, because they are spending consciously some good thoughts. Because what I feel, unconsciously we are having trillions of thoughts, like so many thoughts every day.
mm,
But if we see consciously, if we put something good in our mind, now this is 10 minutes, these are 10 minutes for me, I will consciously think something good for me, and I consciously start adding at least 1,000 good thoughts. No, life is beautiful. So that conscious level can create
yes.
something, a habit, slowly and slowly.
Yes. And I ask people, you know, when sort of trying to make a sort of shift, it's like, let's just try it. Just try it for a week. Just put it in place. There's no expectation this must work or not. It's just, well, what's the experience like for you? It's no good me telling you about it. It's
Exactly,
like, how does
exactly.
that, you know, come back to
Mm.
me next week with what that feels like, how is that working for you? What have you noticed in that?
What I feel is, whenever I see, it depends from person to person, like what kind of meditation they want to practice,
Right.
or what is their faith system,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
there are many people from different communities. Like I belong to a Punjabi community here.
Mm.
So there are many people who trust Vaheguru. It's like a Simran here. We
Mm.
go to Gurdwara Sahib, and there are many Hindu people who trust going to temples, doing Hanuman Chalisas here in India. Like there are different pujas here. So it's a faith system.
Mm.
Ultimately, the purpose is to connect with that divine power from where we came, right?
Mm.
So I just try that if they are not focusing on these scientific things or evidences, they can practice that. It's like doing their
Yes.
own personal chanting, which they believe is their faith system. At least doing that for 10 minutes, like doing Vaheguru Simran for 10 minutes, can create a huge difference in their mindset because they are using a very powerful word which we use for chanting in
Mhm.
their personal life, which can help to encourage. So it basically depends from person to person, like
True.
what kind of thing they want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting, because there are cultural differences, aren't there?
Yeah,
We might
yeah,
work and
yeah, yeah.
practice, and you know, um, uh, interesting. We won't get into all the religious sort of aspects, but there's a lack of maybe sort of religious belief anymore, and even sort of spirituality is something in
Hmm.
the edges of sort of Western culture these days.
Yeah.
It is developing for sure,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm,
not an
hmm.
expert to sort of say this is how it is or not, but my experience working with people in my area,
Yeah.
in the UK, is
Hmm.
that people majority are not coming with any strong religious belief
Hmm.
systems at
They
all.
believe more, I think, on scientific evidences.
Yes.
They work on that. So yeah, that's great because science is something which always comes with evidence and proof, and we
Mm.
believe that whenever we see any kind of like meditation, they always want to know like how will it work? How is it going to work for me? Like what is the
Mm.
criteria behind this?
Mm.
How are thought? So there are many scientific like placebo effect. We read this book Becoming Supernatural. It is full of scientific evidences like
Mm.
how our thought process works on the body, how
Mm.
meditation, because I think there are many, diagrams in this book which shows before and after effect of meditation.
Yes.
So, uh, like these, I think these are visible. So these are
Uh-huh.
after, before and after meditation, how our mind works, how alpha waves and the pattern of
Right.
brain changes during
Yes.
before and after that. So I think people work more on these kind of evidences. They
Mm.
prefer reading such kind of books because I think Dr. Joe Dispenza is one of the best author I have ever
Mm.
heard or seen because basically from the time I am into cancer field, I think people who understand these kind of thing, their treatment gets much better because with time because they are using these healing therapies in their personal life.
Yes. It definitely helped me sort of reading that because I like to know, I like to understand something. And
Yeah,
some things are, we have to just acknowledge, well, I don't know, but it's working. But I like to sort of try
exactly.
and understand the body. I try and understand as much as I can about, well, what is it that, how is it, how do I make sense of this in some way? How do I have a structure for this? And I think that's helped me for sure,
Exactly.
sort of
Yeah,
understand.
absolutely. Because, mind-body connection, this topic is very vast. And
Mm. Hmm.
the more we read, the more we explore, because we are into this field of professionally also. So the more we will just explore these things, because spirituality is a never-ending topic. We'll
Mm.
find always something new to learn, because this
Yes.
is like for the whole life, we can learn this
Yeah.
until after that we can say no, I know very less as compared to other, because there are many books we can read,
Mm.
so it's like enhancing our knowledge and working on that better.
Yes.
Yeah,
Appreciate our discussion. It's always really lovely to speak with somebody who's got such a deep knowledge, a broad perspective and understanding, in different ways to me. And that's what's so lovely is that it's not a competition at all, is it? It's like a shared understanding
exactly,
and
exactly,
sort
yeah.
of trying to sort of make sense
It was my
of.
pleasure to learn something from you
Mm.
because you are like much, much more experienced than me here, and I'm just a beginner here. So I really appreciate your time and energy that you gave, and thank you so much.